They're all ready to get started. It's going to be a best of 3 in case you haven't caught up to at all this season. And if you actually had a quick glance at that roster scoreboard that we're just on, that Inshaniak is actually playing in addition for Ggpr. So, look, big things for Ggpr to prove in this, because Extra Salt have been on a tear recently. Just recently winning for March, and OC, I think in particular, made a name for himself. One of the most up-and-coming players. Here, Peter Milovanovic. Anyway, though, we're going to go ahead and quickly see that it's not only him going to be impressive. Barkuz is going to be equally as impressive. A beautiful equalizer for Ggpr. 2 kills found, plus a good amount of information towards the catwalk before falls. Ggpr, should be noted that they're one of the more slow-paced. And also the gatekeepers, top half. Smoke that they're tossing at. Go ahead and sell this to be. No rotates have happened from Extra and they're down a player. Get real scary real quick for Extra Salt, but hey, amazing win rate with them so far. Who's to say that's going to change? Not me. That is for sure. Ggpr, only 1 kill. Will you be able to get this bomb down without any issues whatsoever? Sonic. You have to keep in mind that the Seeds have almost no info to go off of right now. They're just going to try to trade each other out ASAP, and it's not going to be as easy of a task as you would imagine. And Shaniak and Exotic switch us up. Yar will take the first round. That was pretty decent, I have to say, from Ggpr all the way through. You know, that mid-beast smoke that they threw, it didn't exactly accomplish what I'm sure it was going to do. They're trying to fake presence, catch Marquis off guard, have him looking the other way, but it wasn't really necessary. There was no rotates, and Extra Salt couldn't really afford to scare the numbers. Only the pistol that they'll lose, investing fully into one. Sonic, up. We are complete space and are instead working long. Up onto the site they'll go, not meeting attention. Couple of shots onto Barkuz low rider. Eventually OC been a mastermind for this squad. A master class maybe would be a more appropriate phrase for this squad. Find the opening, kill Sonic again with the other. Somniac needs to go massive from this position, but no, Sonic proves to be better. Still is there. On here. Sonic putting around the line, actually. Won't be able to find anything. It's low rider from R, who's going to find 3, and what the hell is going on? Extra Salt made it bloody, but actually not too bad for them whatsoever. Seeing it just burn right down the clock, Extra Salt. I think they don't even have time for this. No, they don't. Apparently my mic is bad. Huh. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Hopefully that helps. Sorry about that. Alrighty. Well, looks like we're not missing much into this round. Apologies. I had to fix a nice... Okay. What did I just miss? Barkuz and Exotic just quickly clean up the pistols. All right. No big issue there. Going to be heading into this next one. And yeah, again, apologies about the mic issue, of course. Just chalk that up to my luck. Maybe the noise gate was a bit too high, something. But 0-3 regardless for Ggpr, as they've gone off to a pretty solid start so far. But keep in mind, those were just pistols bought up for Extra Salt. So with guns fully in their hand, they're going to be aggressively trying to push towards long. JT already in long doors, or by long doors, I should say. And this is that kind of slower style that I think we can expect to see a lot of out of Ggpr. Holding these defaults for a while. Sonic's actually watching that angle perfectly. He's caught pushing up just a little bit, but the counter strafe will find him the kill that they need. And this is great now for Extra Salt. They have one player just sitting in over towards pit, that being JT. And I'm surprised he's even looking to take these fights. There's no one to crossfire with him on site. And yet he's still taking these duels, almost finding all the kills they could hope for. Still one more before he falls. And now Ggpr are really in the dirt. A 2-on-4 with Lowrider bleeding internally. Sure, they have the utility to make this one possible, but do they even have the numbers? Fang is going to prove that it's going to be an impossible task as he gets a massive kill onto Inshaniak, the high HP player on Ggpr. And from here, it looks like it's just going to be a shutout case. Lowrider, just one from the position in pit. But that was actually huge from JT. Really, if I had to focus on one player there, is the fact that he stayed alive for so long in pit. He played that angle perfectly, just kind of sitting on the cusp of that headshot. And there wasn't really much at all that could be done. Other than forcing the issue, you know, maybe in a perfect world you would try to coordinate a flash and then peek behind it. But that's easier said than done when you think it's just an easily tradable position. Extra Salt with the first round on the board in this gun round. That's going to mean so much for them. Because although Ggpr have bought up yet again, it's already down to 3v5. Trying to change the pace, bring it out over towards A quickly. Doesn't seem that they're having the best luck of it, as Extra Salt have shut down any sort of opposition. 3 players finding 3 kills, excuse me. And it's all left onto Inshaniak and Barkuz, 2 newer additions to the roster for Ggpr. But I think a 2v5 like this with the solid positions that Extra Salt are holding, plus plenty of utility to go around, I mean, they're going to have to get lucky. One of these players needs to make a play, and it doesn't exactly seem all too likely. Perhaps Fang could get caught off. It's actually OC to find the kill. What in the world was that shot? If his on-fire performance recently is anything to note, we should always keep an eye on him. Barkuz. It's a 1-on-5. First kill, sure. But his position is going to be well entrenched upon. Second kill as well, I gotta say. That's pretty nice. But from here, good luck, man. You're just going to be crossfired, just trying to cross into the site. Extra Salt. Good stuff from there. And I just really think that that round was all kind of catapulted off the fact that they had it into a 5v3 immediately, obviously made into a 5v2 because of it. That change of pace from Ggpr, I respect it, but it was hard read by Extra Salt. As for recommendations and stuff to do, I mean, that's not really my place. I'm not the one who can call these shots right now for Ggpr, but I certainly don't see this working out too successfully for them. A double stack over towards Catwalk, OC holding. With actually a AUG, surprisingly will peek out and find a kill. This is a bit of a tricky spot for Ggpr to get out of. And I think they realize it. They'll keep one person, Barkuz, close with the Deeg, hoping to maybe body shot somebody down. That's just really about it. Sonic, Marquee, clean up the pistols, as Auto Director apparently doesn't want to swap over to the players getting the kills. They're so nasty, they need to be censored. And Ggpr looking just... I mean, shattered right now. Those first 2 gun rounds, I think that was going to be the real pallet test. They're obviously just pistols in that last one, but it was a rough go, wasn't it? I think they were really hedging their bets on being able to get someone towards Cat, hopefully catching out Fang, I think, from the position he was located in. But, again, good luck with that when there's a double stack, one player looking close, that being OC. Now it's actually going to be a swap of positions. Fang this time holding in the Cat smoke. Though he spots Barkuz, doesn't try to overstay his welcome and take the fight. Look at these amazing positions from Extra Salt, though. They're able to trade each other out, swinging if needed. And 1 kill actually goes untraded, speaking of which, it's Fang on Cat. OC is there as backup, but he's not going to try to extend for the frag. Knows that there's possibly another player just around this position. Solid flash up. George, I don't think spotted OC in the corner. This could allow OC to maybe get another frag, and indeed he does get it. No way he's going to find 2 from this position. That is massive. And on top of that, Sonic finds a kill elsewhere on the map. That's over towards B as he's holding down the line alone. Marky coming in to help, also over towards B, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Absolutely solid crossfires from Extra Salt is now going to put them in the lead. Early game still, but my God, are they showing a lot. Ggpr, guns in hand, again had that off to a great start. George Snorts, I'm just going to go ahead and call him George. I'm so used to calling him George Snorts, though. He didn't quite peek the angle deep enough to notice that OC was hidden with an AUG and pill. And we're going to be seeing a massacre for these pistols. Every single time Extra Salt have brought pistols or have fought up against pistols, it has not looked good for Ggpr. It's been quick rounds. That's going to help bolster their economy a bit more as you see a number of players almost, I mean, if not at 10K, if you look at Sonic in particular, they're damn well close to it. Possibly the best situation that you could ever be in if you're a CT, right? As for things to note in this round, Ggpr once again have guns, but, you know, dismantling those crossfires seems incredibly difficult from Extra Salt. I think Ggpr is starting to catch on to the sort of things that they need to aim for. Good shot almost from Sonic. Just doesn't quite clip into the model. He has another shot of it right here. No, completely blindsided. He's all alone by A. That's actually a really massive advantage for Ggpr to find. To completely find that kill solo, there's now going to be aggression towards Catwalk. Not going to amount to any frags. And Extra Salt now in a really strong position to maybe make something more of this. No, it's going to be Exotic to make sure that position cannot be capitalized upon. Cat effectively squeezed out. Getting Marky into a 1v3. First kill is already found as we swap over to him. But from here on out, it seems nigh impossible. Seem to want to save the op. And these sort of smarter moves is exactly why Extra Salt has been really impressive as of late, right? Realizes his limits, and although the economy for the CT side is very, very strong, to say the very least, don't even try to bother going for a nigh unwinnable 1v2 like that. Also, keep in mind they're denying at least one op from the hands of Ggpr. Solid stuff from them. Marquis will hold on to it, not finding any action on his way out. An Extra Salt concede that one round thanks to some really strong kills from Ggpr. Focusing just the right places at the right time, right? I think right there it was honestly catching Sonic out just down bad, man. There was nothing that Sonic could realistically do from that position, but that was a call of his team, and unfortunately those are the results. It's not going to be a mistake that Extra Salt make twice, and I think that will be blindingly obvious if you already noticed that's into a 5v2. Great stuff from Marquis as he flashes, finds a couple. Sonic now moving his way towards mid, only gets one before he's traded out by Exotic. Oh, but Exotic needs to be a little bit scared here. He knows that just from the tendencies that Extra Salt have shown so far, that you usually start pushing up Catwalk around this time. Pincer get a little bit more map control. This time it will be Fang located in over towards A, so no longer will the operator be all by his lonesome. It's interesting to see the dynamic of the CT side. Where did that smoke land? Did it land close? Oh, that was just a bit off the mark. That really sucks. Now OC has a potential angle if he were to go for the wide. Oh, he caught someone top mid. Catches the kill as well. Salt in the wound, dare I say. The obvious pun, for sure, but, I mean, quite honestly, it was a complete disaster as soon as Ggpr weren't able to find the opening. It feels a bit too simple, easy to say, but just really strong positions from Extra Salt once more. Ggpr, I mean, they're showing some glimpses of greatness, if you would, right? I think they're trying to easily catch on to the things that Extra Salt are trying. They knew that Sonic was exposed that one angle or that one round previously, and they're trying to, you know, maybe abuse it as much as they can. Extrasol immediately retaliate. They keep a player or two just towards the early stages over towards long doors, and now they have JT jump spotting it. You know, I mean, contrast this, excuse me, to what they did previously where, you know, Sonic all alone holding the angle. Eventually he gets overwhelmed. It's a great adjustment from Extrasol so far, and Ggpr, I think, now realize that the next thing that they're going to try to diagnose will be over towards A, or towards mid. Mid A, I think, in general, is going to be their best bet. Sure, we're the man in the big seat. We see all the information. Not a luxury that's going to be provided to the other side. But JT is going to be the first bastion of hope for Extrasol that they need to take down. OC will be quick on rotation, so we'll swap to him after JT. Man, maybe doesn't even need help. Molotov down. OC is now watching the cross. So Ggpr, sure, they've eked out one kill from this situation. HP is dangerously low, and Shaniak he's just being spammed down. Talk about a nightmare situation from Ggpr. They fought for that control over towards A long, but getting anywhere from it is going to prove to be a very tall order. OC watching towards Catwalk behind that Molotov that he threw previously will get another kill for his trouble, possibly flashing out. No way he goes for this. It's so damn risky. If he gets anything, that would just be sheer absurdity. He did spot him. Oy. Well, it's not going to be OC making a highlight reel, that's for sure. Exotic ends up denying him of that opportunity, but still his team will amount another round together. Or, excuse me, compile another round together. Ggpr, it's proving to be a very hard battle. I'm loving some of the ideas that they're pulling here. Again, they're realizing that long is definitely going to be a weaker point for Extrasol, but sure, they get down JT in that situation. What comes after? The answer is going to be not much. We're seeing another collapse of the pistols, or on the pistols, I think would be the more appropriate word for it. Extrasol really helping their eco a ton. Premier smoke, says Tantrum in chat. See, thing is, like, I even know exactly what situation that refers to as the one that didn't land on Xbox. Just unfortunate. Rough go for Ggpr. Bringing it up, I think, would be a fine change for them. Not sure if it's exactly what the doctor ordered, because take a look at these positions already from Extrasol. They're bunkered in lower, and they know exactly where everybody on Ggpr eventually wants to push, if they even go upper tons from here, right? They can eventually bring out all the CTs, and yep, there they are. They have all the information. The stack, I'm sure, will come into effect as OC just waiting by mid. Will prove to go over towards site, and Ggpr, another really difficult situation for them to be in. They need to find this kill into JT. That much is certain. They'll just be trying to run up towards the site. OC, of course, will find his first kill. Got to pay the toll if you want to try to take the site, but the toll has been paid. And now Ggpr are going to be doing a little bit of action, or amounting a little bit of justice onto Extrasol, but the gunfights aren't really going their way after the two that Barcuz gets. And Extrasol will make it into another round of their own. Again, a good start. We weren't on Barcuz's POV there, but I think you can equally kind of respect the idea of how far they got that. I mean, it was a 4v5 as they're trying to take the site. I'm not sure if OC hit a shot through smoke there, or if it just wasn't smoked or anything like that, but for all intents and purposes, it was a messy round that Ggpr are really trying to make work, and this will be no different. That Molotov gonna make Exotic burn alive. I mean, you're just looking at a speed run at this point. 10-4. Ggpr definitely struggling. It's not unlikely, right? I mean, Extrasol, the second best team in Premier at the moment, just behind Bad News Bears, who are, I think, flawless in the season so far. Extrasol, I mean, they have been getting a lot of notoriety recently. For good reason. They have the results to back it up. They have the plays individually to back it up as well. JT, he's around the other side. They don't even bother checking for him because they think Sonic is alone. Oy. This is brutal. Barkuz, the scout, is unable to piece the frag together that he so desperately needed. And Exotic is practically playing deathmatch at this point. Only one kill. Tap down. 11-4 at this half. It's not fully unexpected, right? But we've been seeing some pretty okay moments from Ggpr. Now, sure, maybe I'm a little bit biased. This is the Ggpr esports channel you're on, but I don't know. I'm still seeing some potential from them. It's just that Extra Salt are on a whole nother level, right? Hot off of a championship in the March DreamHack Open. I mean, it's David versus Goliath. However, as I say that, maybe it's a bit of a flawed analogy, because if you think about it, didn't David actually win in the David versus Goliath story? So, I don't know. Underdog story, perhaps, is the correct phrase to use for this. Into our second half, starting almost immediately. The gatekeepers of Premier, Ggpr, seem to be no match against the upper echelon, at least on this first map. Things will have to change quickly on this pistol, or else it could easily spiral out of control more so than it already is. Ggpr completely going to concede sight after there's pressure from Long, and overwhelming pressure it is. Sonic and Fang both combining for 2. And Extra Salt are not quite satisfied yet. They want to push for more. Nice shot from Lowrider. Makes things a bit more surmountable. And wait a second. With George finding another kill in this game, in this round, I should say, suddenly this isn't an impossible task. It's a 1v2. Sure, improbable, but very much doable. Lowrider sneaking up. OC will provide us first contact. He peeks away at the angle just the wrong time, allowing OC to find his 19th frag of the game. Speaking of amazing performances, this seems par for the course for OC, doesn't it? Ggpr definitely giving a lot of respect. How can he not, right? When you have 5 people running at you with Glocks, just feels like second nature to let them have it, right? Fight another day. Rotation's already quick through. They're expecting something fast from Extra Salt, but they've completely backed up. Good move from Extra Salt here. Although, Exotic can maybe find one. Oh, just nasty. Sonic eats a dink. He's going to be eating lead for a while, however, doesn't have much of an appetite for it. Will spit out the bullet, find the kill. Exotic down. We're into a very awkward 4v5. At this point, it seems, again, difficult for Ggpr. The timing not in their favor. The new addition of Inshaniak is immediately jolted down. This was a force-up from Ggpr, right? They brought MP9s into this, as well as a scout, and yet you're seeing a pretty dismal result. It's rough, but again, not the end of the line just yet. Extra Salt probably will just make this a bonus for their next. And hey, maybe if Ggpr can win a couple of their individual fights, like what we almost had going on down towards the lower tunnels, maybe we can see a surprise. Okay, respectable. Lowrider, you've gotten a couple. That's actually some pretty solid damage done. If he can pick up this AK, that'd be massive. Or was it only a Galil? No, it was a Galil. Oh, wait, there was an AK on the other side. I didn't even see that. Okay, that's actually a little bit more to work with. Lowrider maybe could give an upgraded pistol over to one of his mates, and sure, it's not the most favorable round, but you're fighting with a little bit more, you know, to work with, I guess, to say the very least. Extra Salt undeniably are looking strong through this, but Lowrider maybe gives me a little bit of hope. He has been the statistically best performing player, but that means squat, apparently. Huh. JT doesn't respect the smoke. He's already up mid. He's already up long. I don't know why I keep on saying mid when I mean long. Is JT, like, legal? Is that legal, what you just did to them? Christ. Just shredding. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to get away with swings like that. The elated South African peak, right? Also, does anyone know how long JT and Sonic have been a duo together? It's actually crazy to think. These guys have been through a lot together. Former core of the C9 roster. And JT, again, the South African peaks proved to be incredibly strong as he finds 2 before traded. Almost a third, mind you. George is bleeding internally, not having much fun in this round. Considering this is a double AWP setup, this is far from exactly the optimal result. OC. Very patient here. Surprised that Exotic is even watching for it. Adjust perfectly, finds a kill. A 2v2 now. Bomb is already, well, relatively far ticked. I think they're going to try to go for this, but if they lose this first frag, I mean, they're not going to have much luck of it. Wow. I mean, this is just getting a bit wild at this point. Solid from Extra Salt, though, I think I should mention. No need to try to look at how this is as a whole when you can just kind of look at the individual plays. Fang was a great adjustment from him to flank all the way through mid after the fact. Because, you know, Ggpr got a kill there previously, so it was a good read to move through that position, not expecting it to be still occupied. So things like that, which are really doing a lot of work for Extra Salt at this point. As they move themselves onto 15, you're going to be seeing Ggpr pull out all the stops. Famas's P90, for Christ's sakes. This is a unique one. I don't even remember the last time I've seen one of these. But hey, maybe the Famasas can prove to be a little bit more lethal. Maybe the MP9s, maybe something not on the table at all. JT just finds 3, most of all down. I mean, he's just getting all the trades he could ever hope for there. It doesn't even feel like he was just taking them all one by one. It was just Ggpr constantly feeding into his crosshair. JT has been phenomenal this map, alongside OC, of course. And that's already the first round, the first map wiped away. That is sheer and utter dominance. I mean, there's not really too much you can say more so than that. I understand this is a Ggpr stream, and I want to be, you know, as optimistic and root for them as much as I can, but Extra Salt are proving to be incredibly dominant at the moment. It's not the end of the world. Still, there's a second map, potentially even a third if they can force it onto that. And, I mean, look, it was picked by Extra Salt, but hey, Inferno is everybody's hometown. Anything can happen. I'm going to bring it to a couple of ads and then a break, but we should be back for map number 2 in just a little while. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the other side.